Welcome back to another episode of Homezy. Today we're gonna go to a gorgeous Balkan country, the first place where I tried this mushroom soup. It also happens to be the place where the guy behind this camera is from originally. I guarantee for you, this mushroom soup is the best I've tried. And the first time I tasted it was right under the Transylvanian sun, with it nicely tickling my skin, looking at this gorgeous man whom you can't see behind the camera. And it literally warmed my heart on a rainy day. So let's go to the kitchen and we'll get started making this soup right away. So, I already started without you guys because you were late coming to the kitchen. I added the oil to the pan, to the pot, and now I'm going to be adding the onion. You'll see that everything is already wilted. I will be adding the garlic now for 1 minute. Why are we not adding the garlic earlier? Because if we put the garlic for too long, the taste will not be as fresh and garlicky as it is when you add it towards the end. So just for 1 minute, I'm going to mix everything together. My mushrooms are nicely sweated and wilted. Same for the onions. And the smell is divine, not that you guys can smell it over the video, but just imagine a divine smell. Now, before we proceed, I'm going to remove 2 tablespoons of spinach. Why? Because I decided to put them in exile. No, the real reason why we're removing them is because when we make the spinach soup, we want it to look good, so we're going to use this for garnishing towards the end. So just a little bit from the top, finely chopped, and I'll continue to stir. Now I will add the water. If you remember, we had 500 ml of water. And I will add the vegetable stock. Make sure your vegetable stock is gluten-free, because a lot of vegetable stocks out there are not. I don't understand why vegetable stock needs gluten, but for some weird reason, a lot of them contain gluten or wheat. So please check before you use it. Also, you have different options. Some vegetable stocks allow you to have less salt, some allow you to have more salt. You'll realize I didn't put salt in this recipe because the vegetable stock we are using is normal amount of salt. We will now use a stick blender to blend everything together and make it into a very creamy kind of texture. So now, as you can see, the texture of the soup is amazing, but we're still not done with this baby. What we need to do next, after blending it, is we will add our coconut milk. Now this is 100 ml of coconut milk. You saw in the ingredients there is optional psyllium husk. Now it's your choice if you want to add the psyllium husk to make it thicker or not, and it's also your choice if you want to add coconut milk or if you prefer almond milk, just to give it an extra taste. Almond milk will make the mushrooms taste more earthly and more, if you want to call it, mushroomy, if that makes sense. And moment of confrontation, I'm going to try this now. As you can also realize, before I try it, I didn't blend it too much. I left it a little bit chunky because I do like to chew even my soup, and that gives me the assumption I'm gonna chew it a little bit. So let's try this and see what it's gonna taste like. So this one is hungry and is going to have 3. servings of ladles. There we go. Now, if you remember, we saved some mushrooms from the beginning. These are my mushrooms. And I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of mushrooms at the top here. It's your choice if you want to add the parsley in the actual soup while blending it, or if you want to add it as garnish. I am not a huge fan of hidden parsley, so my choice is to just add it to the top of the soup, and that way if people want to move it away they can. If they want to have it with the soup, they also can. Now, a few things I already mentioned to you guys, but just a reminder, is one, you can actually blend it for longer. I like the texture to be a little bit chewy, so I left a bit of the mushroom without blending. And two, you just need to, you can add optional flour, or you can add optional psyllium husk, or you can add optional any other thing to try and make it a little bit gravier, kind of thick texture. I'm happy with this texture. And oh yes, and the last thing, don't use coconut milk if you don't like coconut, just use almond milk and it will bring out the taste of the mushroom more. Or if you're not vegan or plant-based, you can just use your own choice of animal milk. Now, I'm gonna try it now. It's still very hot, so excuse me if I burn my lips. Yep, that tastes like mushroom soup, definitely. And it's so good. Feedback to myself, although I love the texture, I think it would have tasted better if, one, I fried it longer, so maybe fry it for 5 minutes instead of the 3 minutes that I fried it, and two, blend it for longer. Don't listen to what I said about wanting it to be higher textured. Blend it for longer, because then it will be nicely merged together. Enjoy, and I'm gonna enjoy my soup. Have a good day, guys. So, a lot of you would have tried mushroom soup before, but I guarantee you, the ones you taste in Romania, right under the Transylvanian sun. I was gonna say Tasmanian sun. It's not good to travel. It is not good to travel. Okay, retake, please. Let's go to the kitchen and get started right away. Ow, 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 ow. Honey, I'm stuck. Honey, I'm stuck. Okay, yeah, we'll need to do that again. Thank you. We'll need to do it again.
And it's on.
I don't know why it's taking so long.